More to ride CTA trains and buses. The transit agency announcing a 25-cent fare increase for most riders. CTA board members say it was either a fare hike or service cuts.
The fare increase goes into effect on the first of the year. ABC7's John Garcia live with the story tonight. John.
Kathy, the fare increase amounts to about 15%, which is actually an improvement on the 20% that CTA President Ron Huberman had initially talked about. Nevertheless, as you would imagine, most riders we talked to tonight are not happy. For many CTA riders, the buses and trains are the only means of transportation from home to work. It's always been a relatively affordable way to get around. But some say a fare increase is going to hurt most those who can least afford it.
It's getting to the point where only rich people will be able to afford to ride the CTA. And it was supposed to be for middle income and lower income people to ride.
The problem, however, according to CTA officials, is they have no way to balance the budget other than to increase fares. The energy costs have gone way up and revenue from sales tax is way down. So they voted 6-1 to increase bus fares from $1.75 to $2, and train fares go from $2 to $2.25.
By doing this modest fare increase, we can ensure that we have a balanced budget for the year, even with lower sales tax revenue, lower real estate transfer tax revenue, and therefore lower subsidy from the government.
Certainly at this point, we're hopeful that it'll be years before we have to turn back to our riders.
Many CTA customers at today's meeting, however, believe the agency should have tried harder to avoid increasing fares at a time when many riders are already facing economic challenges. New board member Sheila Nix agrees.
We could postpone a fare increase and let riders have a year, at least this year, without having to pay additional money given the economy and everything else that's going on.
Michael Petula is an activist who says he hears from lots of riders in his community who plan to walk and ride bikes more to avoid paying the CTA fares.
More and more people are saying they can't afford it. We have an economic recession now, and this fare increase amounts to a tax increase.
Well, this CTA increase goes into effect at the start of the year unless Mayor Daley finds a way to intercede. The mayor has been on the record as saying he opposes this fare increase. By the way, it also coincides with a suburban paced bus increase as well, which was approved last month. Live in the West Loop, John Garcia, ABC 7 News. Ron, back to you.
All right, thanks, John.